Hey guys, my name is Sammy of Summer Jungle Mods Animation More, and today I'm here to bring to you a tutorial for Raging Blast 2. This time I will be covering how to use AFS Explorer to insert mods into the game. Now AFS Explorer isn't used exclusively for Raging Blast 2, but for all extensive purposes I am using it just for Raging Blast 2, so if you're looking at other games like Budokai 3 or even Tenkaichi 3, similar principles, but not quite the same. There is slightly different methods that apply to each game, just depends on how you know how to use it. But I'll be going over what I know and how I use these files to insert characters and mods into the game. I've got a test mod for this purpose. I have made a Xeno Gogeta mod I posted just recently on my socials. A link to that can be found in the description below, where you can find a Raging Blast 2 modding server, and you can download a couple of mods that have been released there. You will need a Raging Blast 2 ISO. This can be from PS3 or Xbox 360. I do believe they are the same. There's slightly different file names, but it should still work the same in principle. You will need AFS Explorer, the tool that we will be using for this tutorial. And mods. Something to note is to make sure your mod is compatible for the game you're using. I think so far people have only posted PS3 mods. Unfortunately that is what we have at the minute, but as soon as we expand I think we will either differentiate between PlayStation and Xbox mods, or make a converter tool for PlayStation and Xbox mods. Anyways, getting into the tutorial, I have two folders here. I've got a mods folder, which is my ISO but with modded data, and I have the original one for extracting files, really, just a backup file, but I'll use this to show you how to extract the AFS to then edit it and swap out characters. So wherever you find your Raging Blast 2 ISO, you should be able to open up, and there's a couple of folders you'll need to go through. PS3 game, USRDR, data, PS3, and here you have a bunch of AFS files. I'm not entirely sure if it's the same for Xbox, but it should be a similar directory to get into the game, and it's AFS. Now, there's a couple here. They all start the same. You've got battle character, battle map, battle others, boot, progress, and sound. I'm not entirely sure what they all do. Some are self-explanatory, like map or character. The one we do want to focus on is character. So, I'm just going to copy the directory here and go into AFS Explorer, which I should add can be found in the Modding Essentials channel in the Raging Blast 2 server. So, go AFS Explorer, go into AFS Explorer, import AFS file, enter. One we mentioned, st pack battle character ptpm3.afs. It'll come up with this. It says import AFS file. File's been detected as a v2 AFS file. Blah, blah, blah. Just ignore it. Click no. It'll load up the file. It is a hefty file size. Just give it a minute. It might go faster if anyone's a faster computer, but it will take its time. So now we have opened up the AFS file for the characters. Now, something you may note is that there's a lot of files called battle. In fact, there's just around 5,736 files called battle. Thankfully, you don't need to guess which file's which. There has been a name list for these, or certainly for the character models we can use. Again, this can be found in the Modding Essentials channel. Here we have incomplete character list for AFS. I think there is an updated version shortly below that, but you can certainly find the AFL there. So to insert the name list, what you'll need to do is File, Advanced, Import File Namelet. Now I have mine in a Tools folder. Here we are, and it will update the name list. Give it a second. Loaded. See a difference? Still updating, sorry. You'll still see that there's a bunch of files still called Battle. That's because not all the names have been changed. Only the ones with the character files that we keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. And oh look, character names. Alternatively, if you're lazy, if you click one of these files and just press 0, it'll take you to the first file name with that starts with the letter, with the characters. In this case, it's Goku's first costume. Yeah. Now, something to note about the character files and how they're laid out. There is a certain way they are listed in the AFS. It starts off an IORAM file, an SPR, and a VRAM file. What these are is IORAM is the model data, as in the mesh data, such as the arms, the legs, the shirt, all that fun stuff. The VRAM is the textures, so any shirt textures, arm textures, face, etc. The SPR is kind of the middle ground between the two. It kind of tells the game, right, I am the file that you're loading. Here's my model data, here's my texture data. Display me to the screen. So for anyone who's just got a texture edited file, you may only want to replace the SPR and VRAM file and not bother with the IORAM. But anyone who's want to replace a character or even have a model edited character and it changes the file size, this is another way of doing it. I have from the Raging Blast 2 modding server my Xeno Gogeta mod. You can find that. You can find mods in the mod exhibition channel. Here we have myself, my Xeno Gogeta mod, and Breno's Goku Dragon Ball Super mod. Both have character files for their respective character slots. You don't have to place one character over the same one. So for example, you don't need to put Goku over Goku. You can swap Goku with Jiro. You can put Android 16 on top of a Nail though if you're wanting to achieve the same style as the mod's creator's intention, it's best to see if they have any text files or guidelines for replacing certain characters. For my case, my Xeno Gogeta, it's still got the file name for the IORAM, SPR, and VRAM, so you'll see it on the AFS file and where to replace it. But for this tutorial, I will replace a different character. I will replace instead Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta with Gogeta. If we scroll down, we will see a bunch of different Goku files, because there's a lot of costumes, of course. And to kind of describe how to identify which character and which form it is. The first value, which is 3 digits, 000, which is the first one. That's just the ID of the character. The name of the character, Goku. This is the form, so Goku 0 is base form, and 1P basically just means costume 1, and then PS3, you can ignore that. It will say Xbox for the Xbox equivalent. So if I were to scroll down a little bit more, I will have 001 Goku 1P 3. And what this is, I'm not sure why Goku's got 2 costumes, sorry, he's got 1. Oh right, yeah, sorry, this is the form, sorry, I got confused here. 0001 Goku 1P PS3. And this means it's Goku, Super Saiyan form, first costume, PS3. And if we scroll down to Gohan, for example, we'll have 04 Gohan, 0 base form, 1P first costume. Characters who have different variations of their characters, such as Gohan, for example, who has his Kid Gohan model, Teen Gohan, Adult, and Mystic form, so 4 different Gohans. You will see them placed differently throughout the list at different stages. There is a character list which helps explain that. If I go into Modding Essentials, someone did make a character list and show which character comes which. This was made by King Dan. So here we have Goku base, Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3. The first Gohan that we come across is Kid Gohan. See here, 04. The first Gohan we've seen is Kid Gohan, and so on and so forth. We just look at that one more time. Teen Gohan base, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2. These will come up as different forms, if that makes sense. So Gohan 0 is actually base form Kid Gohan, whereas Gohan 1 is base form Teen Gohan. Wee bit confusing, but once you understand and start looking through the files, you will get the hang of it. So we have Gohan 1, which is Teen Gohan base form, Gohan 2, which is Teen Gohan Super Saiyan, 3 would be Super Saiyan 2, and so on. 4 would be adult. What I'm looking for is Vegeta. So we have base form Vegeta here. 0 is first form at Super Saiyan, second it's Super Vegeta, I believe. Super Saiyan 2. 4, I believe, is either a Scouter Vegeta or Super Saiyan 3. And 5 would be either or. I'm going to just quickly check the Modeling Essentials channel. We have the first form is Vegeta Scouter, then Vegeta Base, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, then Majin, which means Super Saiyan 3 is further down the list, I believe. Yes. Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 can be found after Broly and Gogeta. So, we go down the list a good bit. So, Vegito, Videl, Bardock, see Broly pretty shortly. Here we have Broly base form, Super Saiyan Legendary. Then we have Gogeta. Then Vegeta Form 6, which is Super Saiyan 3 according to file list and Modding Essentials. His first costume I will replace with my Gogeta costumes. Gogeta costume. And how I do that is copy this directory, right click on the file you want to replace. So here I have the IRM file, right click, import. I go to Gogeta. Now make sure if you click the IRM file, you insert the IRM. This. If your character file is smaller than what you're inserting, if you're inserting a smaller file than what's already in there, it should just come up as a green value and you shouldn't see anything else. It should be a nice simple process like that. However, I do believe the SPR is slightly bigger than Gogeta. Import is the SPR. We should see this. What this says, it is file length exceeds available reserved space. AFS Explorer has detected there is enough unallocated free space in other files. Want to arrange the AFS file to insert it. Do you want to proceed? What you want to do here is click. It'll then say, do you want to set a new reserved space for this file? Click no as well. Whoops. Couldn't insert file, check AFS file, blah blah blah, it's fine. Same again with the VRAM. You can insert it, that's fine. There's no room for this file. Again, once more, just click no. Now what you want to do here is actually click on this little hammer icon at the top, where it says modify reserved space. Go to the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 icons along from the first one. There's a wee hammer icon that says modify the reserved space. Leave and do that from the advanced tab as well. So here we are. One more time, you will need to go down to the files you replace. So I'm looking for 071 Vegeta. Let's scroll down there. Here we are. Now we see the original file size for Vegeta was that size, and the Gogeta file we're inserting is this size. What we need to do is right click on the name, adjust the slot file size. That way the slot allocated for Vegeta is suited to Vegeta's file size. If you don't do this, it won't quite work and your file will... the game just won't be able to process it right, so just make sure you adjust the file size correctly. Now for the SPR, you're going to have to right click and select properties on your SPR file and look on size on disk size. This is normally a good one you can. So although the size of the file here is 49.6 kilobytes, you could increase that to meet that standard, which is 50885 bytes. And if you increase the bytes for reserved file, it will meet that criteria. But what I like to do is just increase it a little bit bigger so it includes the size on disk. So 53248. So I've clicked on the SPR file, clicked on 53248. It's fine. One more time on the VRAM. Let's open up the properties. Here we see size 1.12 megabyte, 1,181,075 bytes, or size on disk, same again, slightly bigger. I will increase it to this size. Let's increase it. It's actually quite a big VRAM file. Increase it as you need to. 118 more. 1183744, and once you're done with that, close this, and you can click Regenerate for AFS. Now I have made a separate modded ISO file. If I go into PS3 game data 3 and find my character AFS, I simply just select it and it will say replace this file, click yes. Now what this is doing is it's now creating a new AFS file with the adjusted size. Vegeta has now got the adjusted size of Gogeta. After this we will load the AFS file we've edited or saved over and then insert Gogeta's data into it. So once it saves, something I forgot to note and something I forgot to did was make backups. That is really important when you're modding games because you don't want to edit everything and realise you don't have a backup copy of it. I've just done this here. I should have copied a file elsewhere just to make sure, but I've not. So heed my warning and don't do exactly as I did. It's going to be a bit annoying to edit. Make backups just as a heads up. And once you've regenerated the AFS, close this. It'll say cleaning file tree, just give it a minute and it will fix itself. And now you want to import AFS file, and this time go to where your modded ISO is, my folder, and open up the AFS you just made. It will take a minute depending on how fast your computer is. You should see it pop in a second now. You should be able to just click on the battle and and type 0, and it will take you to Goku's name. Just need to get to Vegeta again. Here we are. So Vegeta has now been replaced with Gogeta's IRM. You need to do the same with there's SPR. So mods are. So the SPR, insert it, and the VRAM, insert that as well. How simple it is. From there you can close your AFS file and simply open up your game in RSPCS3 and your mod should be visible. I can't quite show it right now, but you should see an image of me showing up in RSPCS3. But I hope that helps people insert files into AFS Explorer a wee bit easier. If you have any questions, leave it either in the comments down below or ask away in the modding help channel. That's my preferred way of doing it. Please don't DM or message anyone asking for help. Please use the appropriate modding help channels. You're most likely just going to get ignored or, worst case scenario, insulted. But please go to the modding help channel and ask for help there, where people volunteer can help out and hopefully get you what you need. Anyways guys, I hope that helps explain how to use AFS Explorer for Raging Blast 2. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all on the next one. See ya!